Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Trenches, Kroll's weekly threat intelligence briefing. Today's date is Monday, the 8th of December, 2025. My name is Mikesh Nagar, an associate principal in the threat intelligence team. And with me today is Dave, Mark, and Ethan. This week, we'll be covering the following topics. We'll be looking at MonikerLink, a vulnerability in Outlook, a critical flaw that has been already seen with active exploitation. We'll be also looking at ShadyPanda campaign, where attackers have been weaponizing a popular Chrome and Edge extension to compromise millions of users of data. We're also looking at a very new infection vector that our SOC have observed utilizing AI, followed by KTA 060 MuddyWater targeting critical infrastructure. We'll also be looking at TOMIRIS, so KTA 525, and their updates for their TTPs, followed by Europol's dismantling major crypto laundering hub, the Cryptomixer. So security researchers have uncovered a critical flaw in Microsoft Outlook, known as the MonikerLink vulnerability. This vulnerability was tracked as CVE 2024-21413 and allows attackers to execute arbitrary code simply by sending a specially crafted email. What makes it especially dangerous is that the exploitation can occur through Outlook's preview panel, resulting and meaning that victims don't even need to click a link for their system to be compromised. Now, the flaw stems from the way Outlook processes hyperlinks containing an exclamation mark in the file path. When users encounters links such as file : / followed by the IP address with a .rtf exclamation mark something, Outlook treats them as so-called Moniker links and passes them through Windows Comms API. This bypasses normal security warnings and opens the doors to credential theft and remote code execution. Now, what's new here is a proof of concept of the exploit has been published in the wild and demonstrates how attackers can steal NTLM hashes with a zero-click exploitation. What we do recommend is ensuring all Outlook packages have been patched, especially with the Microsoft February 2024 Patch Tuesday, and where patching is not available, disable outbound SMB traffic to external addresses. Now, security researchers over at Koi Security have uncovered a major intrusion campaign, which they're calling ShadyPanda. The operation ran quietly for many years, hiding inside seemingly harmless browser extensions for Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. These extensions looked like simple wallpaper tools or productivity add-ons, and over time they built a massive user base. In total, the campaign comprised an estimate of 4.3 million browser installations. One of the most popular extensions were Clean Master, which has been available since 2018, and even achieved featured and verified status in the Google Chrome Web Store. The trust made the eventual update all the more dangerous once weaponized. The extensions acted as backdoors, allowing attackers to download and run malicious JavaScript with full access to browser's API. For organizations and individuals alike, the message is pretty clear. Ensure that you review installed extensions, remove any unnecessary, and monitor for suspicious updates. With millions of users affected, ShadyPanda stands as one of the largest browser extension compromises to date. Next, we have Dave to present us with some new findings on a harmless infection vector. Over to you, Dave.
Thanks, Mukesh. So yeah, the SOC recently got involved in a investigation where we had seen initial infection from Amos information stealer. When we initially reviewed the browsing history of the user, we identified that the user had actually received a malicious prompt from ChatGPT directly. When ChatGPT was quizzed as to why that response was given, ChatGPT was pretty strongly defending that it didn't do that or wouldn't do anything. However, we've sort of got the evidence to say otherwise. The running of the command that was provided to the user was given to them under the guise of being used to fix audio issues on macOS. The user ran that command in their endpoint and their terminal, and this ended up in compromise, leading to data exfiltration. It's my understanding that there's going to be a blog post pushed out shortly after this meeting, I think. Back over to you, Mukesh.
Thank you, Dave. And now over to Mark, who's going to talk to us about MuddyWater KTA 060.
Thanks, Mukesh. ESET has documented a new KTA 60, aka MuddyWater's campaign targeting organizations in Israel and Egypt. KTA 60 is a cyber espionage group that commonly targets critical infrastructure. ESET discovered the group is using a new loader that they named Footer, which masquerades as the Windows version of the Snake game some people might remember from old mobile phones. The new loader was primarily used to launch the MuddyWater C++ backdoor. MuddyWater is a feature that includes system information gathering, process execution, shell commands, and file manipulation, including file ingress and egress. Alongside MuddyWater, the group also used CE notes and LP notes to steal credentials and GoSox 5 for network tunneling. I'm also going to speak about TOMIRIS, aka KTA 525. They've been observed by SecureList to be using updated tactics, techniques, and procedures. As this has occurred, KTA 525 targets have also appeared to shift towards government and intergovernmental organizations, which are best served by establishment of long-term persistence. Initially, attacks are taking place via phishing emails. These contain malicious archives, which are password protected, effectively masking the contents of the files from traditional scrutiny until the files are unarchived. These archives contain malicious executables, frequently masked as Microsoft Office documents, some with double extensions, such as a .doc with a trailing .exe, for example. Excessively long file names can hide the second extension from the user, as the file name may be truncated in its display. Several different implants have been discovered or observed during exploitation. Examples include a C or C++ reverse shell, which can be utilized in order to download a second stage from the command and control channel, aka C2, after collecting basic environment information such as the current user, available routes, and domain. The implant can then be used to ensure the downloaded second stage, something along the lines of Adaptix C2, was successfully installed and now allows for a secondary method of persistence. Additionally, reverse shells written in Python have been observed utilizing chat services Discord and Telegram for C2. These are frequently obfuscated with the DRM tool PyArmor, a common code protection and obfuscation tool. Communications are sent via the chat services, and files can be retrieved from file hosting in order to install a Python file grabber and further C2 stages such as the previously mentioned Adaptix C2. Additional reverse shells have also been observed written in C#, Rust, Golang, and PowerShell. Reverse SOX 5 proxies have also been observed written in both Python and Golang. This mixture of tactics results in a highly flexible approach to post-exploitation persistence, allowing a system-by-system basis for lateral movement, further tool staging, and information gathering while actions are achieved on objectives. The tools themselves are pretty simple in function and could easily be written as their function is most frequently to allow further more advanced tooling to be deployed. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Now over to Ethan. Can you tell us more about Europol's dismantling Cryptomixer?
Yes, thanks, Mukesh. The European law enforcement effort, known as Operation Olympia, successfully disrupted Cryptomixer, a significant cryptocurrency mixing service that had been active since 2016. Supported by Europol, Eurojust, and police from Germany and Switzerland, the operation ran between November 24th and 28th, targeting infrastructure used to conceal illicit funds. Cryptomixer was one of the world's largest Bitcoin mixers, operating on both the clear web and the dark web, and was responsible for laundering more than 1.3 billion or $1.5 billion over its lifespan. The service's software was specifically designed to block the traceability of cryptocurrency on the blockchain by pulling deposits over randomized intervals before redistributing clean funds to new addresses. This functionality made Cryptomixer a favorite tool for serious cybercriminals, including ransomware gangs, dark market drug and weapons traffickers, payment card fraudsters, and even nation-state actors such as North Korea's Lazarus Group. The physical takedown resulted in the seizure of 3 servers located in Switzerland, the cryptomixer.io domain, over 12 terabytes of data, and the confiscation of more than $29 million worth of Bitcoin. Thank you, Mukesh.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you to Dave and Mark, who also presented today. And that's all we have time for this week. And next week, 15th of December 2025, will be the final weekly threat intelligence brief of 2025. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in this week, and we shall see you for the next and final brief of 2025 for In the Trenches next week. Goodbye.